Good morning. It is Monday. We are into week 3 of our situation here. Hope that you're doing well. Hope that you had a good weekend. Hope you got to worship with us. And for those of you that did, hope you enjoyed the service. It was wonderful on our end to be able to minister to you like that. So thank you for watching, and we hope you'll be watching this coming week too. I'll tell you later on in the week what's happening with that service. But I want you to turn to Matthew chapter 6 and look in verse 34. And then turn over to Hebrews chapter 4, verse 16. I want to talk to you about worry and anxiety today. And I want to let God's word talk to you too and let you see the truth of it. Here's Matthew 6:34. Therefore, do not be anxious about tomorrow, for tomorrow will be anxious for itself. Sufficient for the day is its own trouble. Listen to what Jesus said there. We'll get into it in just a second. Matthew chapter 4, verse 16. Let us then with confidence draw near to the throne of grace, that we may receive mercy and find grace to help in time of need. Notice what it says there. It's help in your time of need. It's not help for yesterday. Hopefully yesterday, if you had some problems, you learned from those so that today it will be better. It's not help in your time of need for tomorrow. It's help in your time of need. And Jesus reinforces that when he talked in the Sermon on the Mount about worry. So we are not to worry, according to Jesus, about future things. Today's concerns, today's cares, today's problems are sufficient enough to take up our attention. And his strength and his power are available to us all day today. He provides when we need it. Is sufficient for the day in its own trouble. And we get along with that and face it, and we find out that God is right here with the strength to help us right now. So whatever it is today that you're going to be struggling with, facing, God's right there with you. And I hope that will let you or allow you to let go of some of your fears if you're having fears about what's going on right now. Just think about the promise that God says here. He gives us what we need in our time of need. You and I both do not know what we're going to need tomorrow. I'm going to illustrate that for you in a minute. You can learn from yesterday. You can learn from the past. And you can lean on God for what you need today. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your path straight. That's leaning on him. That's Proverbs 3 in case you need to look that up. When something unexpected happens, though, God is always there. He's never caught by surprise. He's always there. He knows what you will need in that unexpected moment. Let me illustrate it for you. I was in the 7th grade. I'm 12 years old. I had PE the first period of the day. And so that early morning in February, it was cold, and we were outside doing some activity. And the next thing I know, I am laying on the ground looking up at some of the guys in PE class and also my coach, and they're asking if I'm okay. And I said, well, my head hurts, and my shoulder's killing me. I said, what happened? They said, you fell and landed on your head and your shoulder, and you rolled over, and we came over to see because you weren't moving, and you knocked yourself out. And I have no recollection of how that happened, actually. All I remember is I was going to PE class. I'm out on the field. And in between going out and then it actually happening and then them looking over me, I have no recollection of that even today. So I don't really remember what happened. So the first thing that really made me aware that God was going to give me what I needed for that moment was when my coach tried to pick me up by this arm, and I'd broken my shoulder right here, bone in half. Doctor said it was a perfect break. You couldn't have sliced it with a knife any better. And when he tried to pick me up, I felt the pain in my shoulder, and I almost just got sick right there because the pain was so intense. And so when they finally got me stood up and got me to the office, like called my parents and they could get me to the doctor, the pain was so intense that as I was walking to the office, they kept asking me, are you okay? Are you okay? And in my brain, I'm going, well, I really don't know, but God, I need your help right now. I need your help. God help me, God help me. I didn't say it out loud, but I was saying it in my mind. Every step, I didn't know if I was going to be able to go the next step. Because I get to the doctor and they x-ray it and they show me the picture of the clean break, and he says, we can set it right here. You won't have any anesthesia. It's going to hurt. Or we can take you to the hospital and check you in, and we'll take you in the operating room and we'll reset it in there while you're knocked out. I wanted option 2, but Mom said, no, we can't afford the hospital bill right now, so you need to do it right here. I wasn't in favor of that. But my doctor got around me and he showed me the x-rays. He said, here's what we're going to do. And he had nurses on each side of me, and then he was going to set my shoulder from in front. And he looked at me and he said, you're going to hurt. And you're going to hurt like you haven't hurt before. And he was right. And the whole time in my brain, I was thinking, God help me. God help me. They got it set. They put a cast underneath my arms and around my shoulders to keep my shoulders level so it would heal. And it took 6 weeks. And for those 6 weeks, I was miserable because I couldn't do anything. I couldn't go out and play. The only thing I could do was go to school, come home, sit inside. Kind of like what we're doing right now. But I learned the hard way. I learned the hard way that God was always there, and I learned that God was going to be there when I needed him. Because I didn't get up that morning and walk into my house to eat breakfast in the living room and announce to my mom and dad, hey, I think, you know what I'm going to do today? I think I'm going to get the first period PE, and I'm somehow going to get knocked down and knocked out, and I'm going to break my shoulder just to see what it's like. That's silly. It didn't happen. But I did learn dependence on God through that. I did learn that God's always there, even when something unexpected happens. So therefore, here's the lesson. There's no need to worry about tomorrow. There's no need to worry about the future. Concentrate on what God is going to do for you today. He will be there for you. Depending on God every moment, in every choice that we make, in every second of the day, will change things in your heart and in your mind. And it will help you learn to love the Lord with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your strength, and in your mind. God saw something in you. He saw something in me. He saw something in us that was worth saving. And because he saw that, he will be here for you today. God bless you. See you tomorrow.